Hey everyone, welcome to this week's live stream. 1st of December. Oh my God, we finally made it to December. This year has gone so quickly. I cannot believe we're already in December, but this is the first installment of my 31 Days of Beauty. I am a glutton for punishment and have decided to do it every single day in December. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my live stream. I'm going to do these every single Sunday in December, and we will be talking about the new beauty releases. So this is like my version of like a Willow Buy It, or I guess I do kind of anti-haul quite a lot because I am quite particular and quite picky. Like I'm trying to save a bit of money. So I'm very picky when it comes to the new makeup releases and what I spend my money on. So we basically just sit down, have a chat about the new releases. You can like sound off in the comments what you think about everything that I'm going to be talking about, and we just have a good old conversation. Sometimes we go off on random tangents, but basically we just talk about new beauty releases. Let me just putting on my Instagram that we're now live on YouTube. Anyway, this is 10 a.m. for us here in Australia. Let me know if you guys would prefer earlier. Some weeks for me, it's just not possible to do earlier in the day, but I'm going to try and do like early morning because it's a lot cooler in Australia to do it early in the morning, and sitting in front of these lights, it gets really hot. So I'm going to try and do them early in the morning if I can. And let me know if you would prefer morning or afternoon. I'll see what I can do. So anyway, starting off with beauty releases, I always refer to beauty news. Sometimes I refer to trend mood, mainly beauty news, indie makeup spotlight, and indie mood for all my news on new beauty releases. So starting off with beauty news, I'm going to scroll back to just where we left off after last week's video. I can't quite remember where we left off, to be honest. A lot happens in a week around here. I think, yes, I am in Queensland, so no daylight savings for me. It is 10 a.m. For me. I know most of the rest of Australia has daylight saving or some kind of time difference to us, but Queensland does not do daylight savings. Okay, we might start off with this Il Makiage palette. So they've released what they are having for their Christmas collection. I'll just start off by saying I've never tried anything from Il Makiage. I will say this palette is a little bit interesting though. They don't have any swatches on this, but it is a fairly dark palette. I think that this could be really nice if you're into like smoky type palettes. You like to have like smoky eyes for like your Christmas parties and stuff. You could pair these darker colors with almost like a Stila glitter, Stila Magnificent Metals glitter or something like that. I think that would look really nice. And I do like deeper burgundy colors, and these look like they are more on like the deeper brown and the burgundy side of things rather than black. The lip products are a bit strange. We have like a super duper concealer lips nude color, which I really don't enjoy for mine. These colors, the orange, I don't know, I have enough of oranges and reds, so they are pretty colors, those oranges and reds, but I think we've all like pretty much got everything covered when it comes to lips. Then they have what looks to be some, I don't know if these are lip glosses or if they are, yeah, so they're lip glazes. So I'd imagine they're like a metallic kind of liquid lipstick almost, if not a gloss. Some of these are interesting colors, to say the least. I don't know, these kind of topper shades, they do look nice when you put them like on the center of the lip, particularly if you're wearing like a red color or something nice and bright. Having a little bit of shine on the center of the lips does look quite nice, but I think just adding a gloss, if you have a gloss, it's fine. You don't need to get one of these like metallic liquid lipstick or like metallic toppers. You can just use a gloss instead. So all in all, like I think the palette's probably the best thing out of this collection. everything else I could definitely 100% pass on. Next, we have some Viseart palettes which are being launched in the Middle East. So there's no way I could probably get my hands on these, but I'm going to talk about them anyway because I have some thoughts. We all know Viseart to be quite a high-end brand, quite, I don't want to say classy because their packaging is just plastic, but we all kind of associate them with a really high quality, really expensive artistry brand. The Middle East, though, seem to be taking a different approach with the Viseart brand. I heard somewhere that it's run by like a different creative director. It's not Anastasia. I think it's Anastasia. It's run by like a different art director. So I'm not quite sure how the whole structure of Viseart works. But this is the palette that they're coming out with. They are like cardboard packaging. They look very consumer-esque, like very targeted for a consumer audience rather than a makeup artist. I don't know. I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, it is very different to what their brand is normally targeted for and the target market and that like level that you associate with Viseart. The colors in the palette look very nice, so I'd be interested to see what the formula is like. But I don't know, to me, it looks quite cheap for the Viseart brand. And there's a highlighter palette as well in there. I don't know, it just, to me, it looks quite cheap. I don't know, you associate Viseart with like your Grande Pros where there's that like matte finish packaging. You associate it with the Pro palettes, the ones with the clear top packaging where you can pop the eyeshadows out. These don't look like they can be removed from the pan, not without like ripping any of the packaging or anything. So I don't know. What do you guys think of this collection? The swatches definitely look nice. I just saw this and I didn't automatically think it was Viseart. I actually had to look at it closely to see that it was Viseart, and I just think it's very different to what they normally do. So I don't know, maybe Viseart is going to try and go down the more consumer-based alley. I guess they are starting to do that with a lot of their smaller pans, their smaller palettes, like their 9-pan palettes and their 8-pan palettes, I think those mini ones. So I don't know. Obviously, I can't buy it. If I could, I would have to swatch it in store. I would definitely have to swatch it in store if I was interested. Some of the colors do seem to look a little bit translucent on the skin, so I'm not quite sure whether I would pick these up. I probably would pass on them. Just scrolling past all the... Okay, Morphe have released two palettes, two 18-pan palettes. These are like monochromatic palettes. I don't know whether they need to be 18 pans. We've seen from ColourPop that it can be done in 9 pans. So I don't know whether it's necessary to have an 18-pan palette, but we know Morphe is notorious for having like palettes that have way too many shades of the same color, I guess you could say, with the tiniest little variants, which when they come up on the eye, especially when someone is looking from the distance, which most people don't look at your makeup right up close and personal. Like when I show you guys close-ups of my eyes in my tutorials and my makeup looks, like people don't normally look at your eyes that close. When you see photos of people's Instagrams where they do like the eye shot, people don't normally look at your makeup that close. So when you're buying a palette that has like a monochromatic theme, most of the colors will pull probably quite similar, especially when they're paired with each other on the eye. And when somebody's seeing you from a distance, all they're seeing is a pretty eye look. They're not going, oh, you've got like 16 colors on your eyes. They're just saying, cool, a brown smoky eye. So I'm definitely going to pass on these. I think they're way too big. I'm not really interested in trying Morphe at this point in time. Nothing I've seen is very, I don't know, it doesn't grab my attention. They are going to be $18 US each. And like I said, I think ColourPop have shown that you can do a very good, well-rounded monochromatic palette in like a capsule, like a small 9-pen capsule. You don't need to go any bigger than that. Yeah, nah, Beauty says too much blue. Yeah. And I already have the, the Blue Moon palette from Colourpop, so I'm kind of covered when it comes to blues. Love your makeup. Thank you. I actually used all of my Kaleidos Makeup Futurism palettes for this look. I did a multi-palette bingo. I did film it. It'll be coming at some point in the future when I get around to editing that video. Kathleen Lights has collaborated with Colourpop yet again. With a influencer, but at the same time, I know Kathleen does a collaboration with them like every second week. So I feel like it's a little bit of a cash grab on both Colourpop and Kathleen's part. So this is one of their like custom design palettes. Don't get me wrong, I think this is a really pretty custom designed palette, but I don't think you need it. A lot of these, I believe every single one of these shades are already existing from Colourpop, and it's just that Kathleen's gone through and picked out 24 existing colors and put it into a palette herself. So yeah, if you already have a lot of Colourpop single eyeshadows, you've probably already got some of these and you don't need to buy this particular palette. If you want to support Kathleen, I guess by all means go ahead and do it, but just bear in mind that this is a little bit of a lazy collaboration. And in my opinion, I don't think lazy collaborations should be rewarded. I really like when people actually curate a proper color story and really put effort and time into a collaboration rather than just randomly picking 24 shades out of an already existing colors that are available with the brand and putting them in a palette. Yeah, it is so lazy. I agree. And that's what makes me think it's a cash grab. 100%. I agree with you, lady. That's what makes me think it's a cash grab, because there's no effort put into this. I bet she went into Colourpop one day and just went and just counted out their single shadows until she got to 24. She probably didn't even swatch them. And then there is also a re-release of 4 of the blushes that they previously released with Kathleen, and then 2 blushes, and I think a blush, and I think it's a bronzer. No, it's a bronzer and a highlighter that are already, once again, in their line of blush products. So 4 products coming back that a lot of people that love Kathleen probably already have, and 2 products that are already existing once again in a palette. I will say though, the front of the palette is quite pretty. You know, Kathleen, she's all about the astrology stuff. This has like moons and stars all over it. So I think it's quite a pretty empty palette, but the whole rest of it is just really lazy, and it really makes me mad when brands do this. Next is probably the weirdest thing I've seen in a long time, and this is the Ciate stackable brush. Now, I laughed when I saw this. I think that this is probably one of the stupidest ideas I've ever seen for a while. That's just my opinion. So this is what the brush looks like. It's very strange. I'd pass, however, I'd like to try the nail polish. You mean the new Kathleen, is it Light Slacker? The new Light Slacker nail polish? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. So this is a stackable brush. So this has a tapered powder brush, a round blender brush, an angle brush, and an oval brush. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand where they're going with this. I just don't think it's been executed very well. First of all, I don't know about you guys, but I like a handle on my brush, and I feel like these seem to be like, you can definitely use the powder brush with a long handle, but like if you want to use this one, or this one, it's going to be quite a short handle, especially this one at the bottom. It doesn't look like you can kind of stack them on top of each other and have a long handle. So you're going to be using a brush that's like this long. I think that's a terrible idea. Secondly, I think that these brushes would fray so easily. They are going to splay and go everywhere. If you've ever had a lip gloss or a like eyeliner with a brush tip and you accidentally like mush it against the lid, those bristles start to spread and splay everywhere. I think the same thing would happen with these brushes. Not to mention the fact that if you're using any of these with creams or powders, that is going to get all over the plastic. This to me is, I think that the idea and what they're trying to achieve is a good idea, but the execution is an absolute massive fail. No, it's not for me. It's also going to be 38 Australian dollars at Mecca Maxima. I wonder if they already have this in Mecca Maxima. Generally, Mecca in Australia get the Ciate releases like before Ciate announces it on their website. So I wonder if they have this in store. I kind of just want to go see it to see what it's like. I'm going to check this out in store. I'm definitely not going to buy it. If I do buy it, it'll be for a total like spoof video. Yeah, it'll be for like a total joke video. But I want to check it out in store and see what it's like. I think this is the first brush from Ciate too, so questionable on the quality. I feel like Ciate's like eyeshadow quality is slowly going down, so I'd be interested in the brushes. They look like really crappy quality. But like I said, I want to check it out in store just to see what it's like in person. Next is the ColourPop Come Fly With Me Butterfly Collection. This palette, I'm a massive fan of like purples and mauve tones. So this is like speaking to my soul. Do I need it? 100% not. Do I already have these colors in my collection? 100% for sure. But there's something about a pretty packaged like mauve purpley toned palette that just like sings to my soul. There's just something about this. If I didn't already have a million colors like this in my collection, I would probably consider this, but I don't need it. How much is it? It's $18 for a 12-pan eyeshadow palette, so it's not too bad. They also have a new set of lipsticks, and that also comes in a bundle. You know, bitches love bundles. Yeah, it is stunning, and I'm the same. Like, it definitely grabbed my attention, but I was like, I don't need it. I already have these colors. It's funny how your brain automatically goes, oh, pretty, I want it. But then when you actually kind of like marinate in the idea and think about it, you start to realize, hang on, there's a pattern here. I always buy palettes like this, and I already have a million palettes that look like this. So the lipsticks, they're like a nude bundle. The Super Shock shadows, they are pretty, but I've mentioned a million times before, I have a stack load of these Super Shock shadows and I never use them. So I'm not going to buy any new ones because they'll just sit in a drawer and go to waste. We also have, hello, what are you? The Jelly Much eyeshadows in the color Buttercup and Bouquet. These are very pretty as well. I also have these multiple times in my collection. And there's a Pixie Puff Loose Highlighter in Flyby. So this looks like it's similar to the, what are those, is it Too Faced that have the body powder or something that came out with their Christmas collection? It looks very similar to that. Or the Fenty one with the shimmer in the powder puff, but this is like the powder puff is separate. So I'm going to pass on all of this. I don't need any more ColourPop in my life at the moment. I'm definitely going to pass. Then we have a new, what is this? This is the Trophy Wife Life Kit. And it comes with a lip gloss, a lipstick, a liquid eyeliner, the Trophy Wife highlighter, and a makeup bag. Letty says that she loves the jelly eyeshadows, but they always dry out, which I hate. That's a bummer. Have you tried like reactivating them? Do they work if you use like a what are they, the Duraline from Inglot, or even like a setting spray. I wonder if that would work to rehydrate them. Yeah, this is obviously, in my opinion, this is targeted towards a deeper skin tone. In terms of like the gold shimmer powder, I think that's going to be too much for my skin tone, so I'm going to pass on that. The highlighter, the lip gloss, and the eyeliner lipstick, they look quite nice on the lighter skin tones, but I already have a lot of like gold shimmers in my collection. I could potentially be interested in the lip gloss, but I don't think it's sold individually. So I think maybe potentially at some point in the new year, I would imagine in the new year, that Fenty will bring out in individuals the new colors that came out in the tin and the gold one, this Trophy Wife lip gloss. I would imagine it'll be in the new year because obviously they'll want to capitalize on all the bundles that have the exclusive products before they release them individually. They want people to get caught out by buying the bundles before getting them individually. So if this one comes in an individual, the gold one, I might consider it maybe. I would want to swatch it in store. If I did get it, I would probably maybe keep it in my kit, and then if I want to use it, I'll grab it out and use it for myself. But I don't know. It looks nice, but I'm not quite sure how that would translate on the lips. Next, we have some new liquid crystal eyeshadows from Beauty Bay. I think these guys are a little bit behind the 8 ball when it comes to these liquid crystal eyeshadows. I know that Beauty Bay, I think they released their brand after like all the Stila craze with the eyeshadows, the liquid eyeshadows. Some of these colors are really nice. They are only £15 each, which for us in Australia works out to be pretty much the same price as the Stila ones. I don't know. These look nice. They're good, nice colors, but these are actually 2 trios. Let me show you. So these 3 come in a trio and these 3 come in a trio. So you're actually getting the 3 for £15, which is not a bad deal. They look to be full size. I don't know. I'm kind of getting over the liquid eyeshadows, particularly because some of my Stilas are starting to dry out, and they're kind of tucked away in the back of my drawer and I always forget about them. So yeah, I think if I brought any more, it would be a big waste of my money. I wonder what their formula is like. You never use yours. Yeah, I went through a massive stage of using them all the time, and I also got very addicted. So I brought nearly every single color and I hardly ever use them. So yeah, I don't want to buy any more. Yeah, I wonder what these formulas are like. Mind you, I don't know if you can really mess up. Obviously you can mess up a liquid eyeshadow, but I don't know, it seems to be a little bit easier than a pressed eyeshadow. I might talk about that a little. Oh no, let's talk about this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Black Friday. So they've come out with a crap load of bundles. Like, once again, you know, the bitches love the bundles. So there's a 2-tier palette vault. This includes Modern Renaissance and Soft Glam. I think that this is a stupid idea. Anyone that loves the Anastasia formula either already has both of these or has at least one of them. Modern Renaissance was their first palette to come out. So I don't know. Is this just a way of getting rid of their old stock? Like, I don't know. They seem to have Modern Renaissance in every single vault. I'm wondering if they're just trying to get rid of old stock or a massive stockpile of stock that they have. I do enjoy both Soft Glam and Modern Renaissance. They're both nice palettes, but I think a lot of people that wanted them have already got them. I don't think there's many people out there that, if they were interested in them, don't already have them, because both of them have been out for a very long time. I mean, Modern Renaissance was their first, well, one of their first. I lie when I say the first. One of their first eyeshadow palettes to come out. It was the one that got everyone interested into Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I think a lot of people that want Modern Renaissance would already have it. And then same with Soft Glam. Like, Soft Glam is very targeted towards a certain audience, and I think those people would already have them. So I don't know, $49 for the bundle for the two is a good deal, but I would imagine most people would already have them. There's also a 10-piece liquid lipstick set. They are full size. There's a 10-piece lip gloss set. They are also full size. And then a 10-piece matte lipstick set. They are minis. So I will say one thing. The liquid lipsticks, I really don't like the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick formula. It is way too drying for me, so I would definitely pass on that. Along with the matte lipsticks, I don't like that either. I find it's really drying and it kind of tugs on the lips when you try and put it on. It doesn't apply smoothly. So those two and my lips just don't work. The lip gloss set, I'd be interested, but I don't need any more lip gloss. I have a huge stockpile of lip glosses that I need to get through first before I even consider introducing 10 new full-size lip glosses into my collection. You were disappointed with the bundle choice. Yeah, it seems silly. You would assume that they would do in the bundles some of their more recent palettes. I will say though, the Norvina bundles, obviously because they're a newer brand, I think they have a bundle with the Norvina one, the glitter set, an eyeshadow primer, and the glitter glue. I think that's what comes with the set. So that's not too bad. But I know a lot of people, like the Norvina craze is already over when it comes to those massive Norvina palettes. They were very polarizing. People's opinions were very polarizing. There was another thing the Anastasia Beverly Hills have brought out for Black Friday. They had some magnetic palettes that you could buy, and I think they had a deal where if you brought enough singles to fill the palette, you got the palette for free or something. This to me is like very ColourPop-esque, and I don't know how I feel about these for Anastasia. It seems a bit off-brand. I feel like Anastasia at the moment are trying to do a whole heap of different things to see what sticks. They're throwing a whole heap of different things at the wall to see what sticks because, I don't know, I guess, do you guys reckon their brand popularity is kind of diminishing? I think it is because they are bombarding people with too many releases. Typically, they would release like maybe 4 palettes or 4 different things a year, and they've just gone overboard. And by introducing that Norvina brand, sister brand, I don't know what they decided to call it in there, it's kind of gotten people a little bit off foot with them. Anyway, moving on, we have a new palette from Makeup Geek. This is the All That Glitters eyeshadow palette. Now, I believe that these are all new shades, and it is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette for a total of $29 US. I don't know, these look really pretty. The swatches definitely look really pretty. The shimmer, like sheeny formula, looks really nice. But I don't know whether this is exactly a holiday palette. They look really nice on the darker skin tone. I will say that. I don't know whether you can really call this a holiday palette. I don't know. It's nice to see something different though as a holiday palette. It is in that like traditional 9-pan Makeup Geek palette that they are still trying to get rid of. Obviously, I know Marlena said that she had a massive store of these palettes that instead of just throwing them out, she's actually trying to use, which I really appreciate that. But I'm not sure about this. I believe she's relaunching like all her single eyeshadows, so be interested to see what goes on. What is this? Wet n Wild have released is this a single palette? A palette for their 40th anniversary. This is the metallic palette. Doesn't look very metallic to me. This is what the swatches look like. If this is what they call metallic, I'd hate to see what a matte looks like. I'm going to pass on this. This is a 15-pan eyeshadow palette. It's $14.99 US. It says metallic, but I like a really, really intense metallic, so this is definitely not for me. Chantecaille have released their holiday collection. Now we have some, these look like metallic lip crystals. These are a dazzling and luminous pearl infused formula that amplifies lips with blasts of sparkle, color, and dimension. So are they a metallic lipstick? I don't know. These look like they might be metallic, but at the same time, it looks like it might be similar to how Lisa Eldridge has like that pattern on the outside of her lipsticks. I don't know. The lip swatch is not very clear. Then we also have, looks to be 2 highlighters and some bundles. The packaging for this holiday collection is very pretty. It's like this gold leaf, gold flake on them. Is that a clutch? Right, they're selling a clutch. Right. And then there's bundles with a lip product, one of their blushes, there's some skincare bundles. Yeah, they've got a bit of everything, this collection. I'm not going to buy any of it because Chantecaille is way too expensive. I was looking at the single eyeshadows that they brought out for, it was the ones that was raising money for the different charities. Like they had one with a giraffe and it was going towards like the giraffe wildlife sanctuary, and they had one for elephant and all the different ones. They were like $100 each at Mecca. They were beautiful. Like the packaging was beautiful, but $100 for a single eyeshadow is ridiculous. And Chantecaille's prices are so expensive. They are so up there. And then once you convert them to Australian dollars, it's like double the price. It's ridiculous. Disney Frozen has collaborated with Shiseido brands. So this is brands such as Maquillage, Snow Beauty, Integrate, and I thought there was another one. But the packaging is very cute. If you have someone that's obsessed with Frozen, I mean, these would be a nice Christmas present if you can get them. I'm obviously not going to get them. I think all these brands are pretty much only sold in Japan. So if I wanted them, I still couldn't get them. Tom Ford has released a new eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to show you the swatches. This is a very like smoky eye-esque eyeshadow palette. So for Tom Ford prices, I'm definitely not going to buy this palette. The palette's $88 for a quad. So in other words, very expensive in Australian dollars. Is there 2 quads or is it just... Okay. The photos of the quad, they look very different in the stock image, the marketing image, as opposed to the swatches. Anyway, this photo, it looks very red, but then in the swatches, it just comes off as a brown. Anyway, Orly have released a Aura formula by the looks of it. It's a duochrome breathable shade range. So this is a 6 set. Some of these colors actually look really nice on the nails. Like that looks really nice. I think that these would be that kind of formula that would definitely look different in different lights. Like it would look different outside in natural light as opposed to like fluorescent light. It would definitely like catch the light and the light would reflect the different tones in the nail polish. These look really nice, but I'm like on a massive no deal with nail polishes because I have a huge collection, and so far I've only managed to use up one mini. I think that's going to be one of my missions for next year, is to use up some of my nail polishes, because I haven't touched them for a while and they're actually going really like gloopy and gross. So I don't really want to waste my money. I actually want to get some use out of them. Next, we have a hydrating version of the Benefit Professional. I'm not sure how this would go. I'd be interested to see how this would go, because traditionally the Professional is designed to like really go into your pores and smooth out your pores. So having the hydrating version, I don't know whether it's pearlescent or if it's more infused with skincare. So, it is a hyaluronic acid in it. Does it have shimmer in it? Shea butter, which is also known to smooth and moisturize. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Whoa. I definitely don't think this would work for my skin tone. I think this would make me way too glowy. But I think if you have to, what am I doing? Oh no. I think if you have dry skin, it actually could look really nice. It's not going to show up very well on the camera, but this one at the end here, she's wearing it and she looks very glowy in the picture. So I think if you have dry skin, you might want to check it out. Like if you have, I guess if you have pores and dry skin, it could work for you. Next is one of the, I don't want to say controversies, but people were getting a little bit upset about this. So this is the revamped version of the Mini Controversy palette, which was done by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. So for those of you that don't know, I don't know where you've been living, because everyone's been talking about it. They are replacing one of the shades in the Mini Controversy palette and putting in the green that they originally took out of the palette. If you watched the series, you would know what the green looks like. So they've labeled this Put It Back. Jeffree Star has since come out and said that he's going to release this in a single. It's going to be like the first single shade that he releases with his brand. It's going to like start the single eyeshadow collection for his brand, because they were apparently planning on bringing out certain shades in singles. So this is going to start it off. I think it's cool that they're starting it like they're going to sell it in a single, but at the same time, it still feels like a bit of a cash grab to me. Like, I know he decided to release it in a single because of that reason, but it still feels like a cash grab to me. I appreciate that he's listening, him and Shane are listening to what people are saying and the feedback on the collection. But yeah, I don't know. So basically, I think the next launch of the Mini Controversy palette is going to have this shade in it instead of the other one. So if you wanted the original shade, I don't know whether he's going to release that in a single as well. I don't know what he's planning on doing. It's all a bit cash grabby. Did any of you get any of the Jeffree and Shane Dawson collection? I'd be interested to know, and what you think of it, like whether you're enjoying it or not. Next, we have the new BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. This is the Sagittarius palette. Once again, this is a big yawn fest. This is probably one of the better ones that I've seen from this collection because it's purple. But still, you know, negative space in the palette drives me crazy. I hate the wasted space. The massive purple highlighter in the middle, you're never going to get through that. Yeah. No. These palettes from BH Cosmetics have been a bit of a fail, haven't they? Next, we have a palette from Colourpop, but you would probably mistake it for a Morphe palette because it is huge. This is a 30 pan eyeshadow palette. This is called the Bare Necessities collection. Now, yeah, I would forgive you for mistaking this for a Morphe palette if you saw this photo, but it's Colourpop. So Colourpop are trying to, I don't know, jump on the massive eyeshadow palette bandwagon. I don't even think they have swatches of this palette. I think you could definitely take at least half of this palette out and you would still have a good neutral palette. It's just too big. It's too much. These colors especially, like a lot of these, half of these would look the same on the eye. Like you would have at least half of them, I think, that you could get rid of because there's like double ups in there. The brush roll is interesting for me. I have a few brushes from Colourpop and they are actually pretty good for the price. I think they're about $5-6 US each. They're pretty good. They're pretty good quality for the price. I have a few of their like flat shader brushes. I think I have some of their crease brushes, blending brushes. I don't have any of their face brushes, but their eye brushes, if you're wanting some cheap brushes or if you're wanting like doubles of the same shape or something like that, like if there's a particular shape that you like or if you want some more like flat shader brushes, they're pretty good. I was surprised. They do, I guess they do kind of feel cheap, but you're only paying like $5 US. Too Faced have expanded their lip injection range with 4 new shades. No. I hate this formula. It like burns your lips like a mofo. I can't stand this formula. I can't get on board with the burning sensation, and I don't need my lips to look any bigger than they already do. I'm happy with how my lips look. I don't need them to be any more plump. They already look big enough as it is. I don't need anything like this. I guess if you have very small lips, this might be something that you are into, but just bear in mind they are quite burny. Yeah, like they do kind of work because they're so burny, but they are probably one of the most intense plumping, burning feeling that you can get on your lips when it comes to plumping products. So if you have sensitive lips or you don't like that burning, tingling feeling when it comes to like anything on your face, definitely steer clear of these. But if you do need some plumping, yeah, the burning is real. Soul Beauty have released a new color in their face and body highlighter, their glow oil and their shimmer oil. This is a pink champagne shade. This is actually quite a pretty color, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not into body shimmer. I'm flat out getting my face done, let alone like moving on to my body. But it's a pretty color. I think if you like have your legs exposed a lot or like you like your décolletage to look nice and glowy, I think that these products would be really good for you. Just maybe don't spray it in your bathroom because I would imagine that this would make your floor very, very slippery. Ciate are still on the Jessica Rabbit train. I don't know. I'm assuming that they paid a lot of money for the rights to Jessica Rabbit, so they're milking it for all it's worth. So they have released a nail polish, and I think that this is something they should have started with. When I think of Ciate, I think of their nail polishes. I think they started with their nail polishes, and I think that's what they're well known for. They've like ventured out into makeup, but I think their tried and true original is the nail polish. So I think they should have started with the nail polish in the Jessica Rabbit collaboration. This looks like a pretty color, but I'm not going to buy it. I don't need it. I just finished saying that I already have too many nail polishes. So I'm not going to buy it. It looks like a pretty color. It's £12. So, yeah. Traditionally, I think Ciate in Australia is quite expensive for their nail polishes. So, yeah, it looks nice, but I'm not going to buy it. Furthermore, from Ciate, we have 4 new eyeshadow palettes. And like I was saying before, Mecca usually have Ciate in store before Ciate start advertising the release on their Instagram. And I believe I've already swatched some of these palettes and I wasn't impressed. So there is like a bluey green palette, there's a nude palette, there's a cool tone palette. What are they actually even? So we got burnt peaches and fiery rust tones. We got blue, earthy browns and evergreens. Champagne rose golds, chocolate browns, and bright mattes. And then in the last palette, we have cool tones and warm golden sand colors. Anyway, so this is what the first 2 look like. And then this is what the next 2 look like. So yeah, I think it might have been this palette that I swatched in store and I was really disappointed. So I'm going to pass. I don't know what the price is on these ones, but I think from memory they weren't too badly priced for makeup in Australia. Trixie Cosmetics are releasing a blush palette. Right. So a blush palette. We also have another glitter, which is, 2 non-eye safe glitters and a eye safe glitter. Why? So the blush palette, actually this blush palette really reminds me of the Too Faced heart-shaped blushes. Is anyone else getting that vibe? It's even got the T in there, which is very reminiscent. Sorry, guys. This camera takes forever to focus. It's even got the T in there, which is also very reminiscent of the Too Faced heart-shaped blushes. So I don't know about this. They look like they're all matte colors. I will say that. And then these 2 glitters, because they are like huge shaped glitters, they are not eye safe, those 2. I think one must be like heart shaped and the other is just chunky glitter by the looks of it. And then there's a strawberry colored eye safe glitter. I don't know why they bothered with the non-eye safe glitters. I'm not going to buy any of this. This brand, to me, is a little bit, dare I say it, tacky. I don't know. I really don't like the idea of the not eye safe glitters. I don't go to festivals or do festival makeup or anything like that. So that kind of stuff's just wasted on me. So, yeah, I'm not going to buy any of it. The white, I don't know. I guess the white would be almost like a setting powder when drag queens are doing the very, like, white makeup. I don't know. The one in the middle looks really good, the girl on girl. Why do brands do names like that? Then back to Colourpop with the bundles, because bitches love bundles apparently. So there's a lippy pencil bundle. There's a their eye gel pens in a bundle. There's the just a tint, lip tints in a bundle. We have lippy pencils in a bundle. What else is there? There's the 6 palette bundle of the monochromatic palettes. There's also a glitterily obsessed bundle. I think that's about it. Yeah. So these are all pretty reasonably priced if you want this, but all of this stuff is going to take you a million years to get through. I don't think anybody needs any of this. I think you would be better off, and I think the environment would be better off if you just picked a few things that you liked from each particular range. Or I guess if you had a friend that you definitely knew that wanted the colors out of the bundles that you didn't, I think you could definitely split it. I don't think anyone needs all of these bundles. I think it's just a waste. These, like the lippy stick bundle, for example, like they're lipsticks. They will take you forever to use up. Like I'm talking, how many are in these? Almost probably 6 months to a year on each one. So it's going to take you forever to get through all of these. I don't think you need them at all. Same with the 40 lippy pencils. Like the lippy pencils are kind of like lip liners. There's like a blue in there. There's bright reds. There's dark purples. If you don't wear those color lipsticks traditionally, you're not going to need a lip pencil to go with it. You don't need it. You don't need it. Another, hurry up. ColourPop and their releases, they're just ridiculous. ColourPop, Good as Gold, holiday collection. So we have some lashes. There's another eyeshadow palette. We have some liners, and I think that might be it. I don't like the palette. Plus these swatches make it look really bad. There must be lip bundles as well. More lip products, which no one needs. The liners, though, they do have my attention. The liners look really nice. If you like liquid liners, like colorful metallic liners, you might like these. How much are they? They are $9 US each, so not too bad. They'll probably take you forever to use up as well. They would actually probably dry out before you use all of them up. Not interested in this collection either. Oh my gosh, ColourPop. Jeffree Star have released a 5th anniversary collection. This has 5 of his liquid lipsticks that he's bringing back. I don't know how he chose these, but there is the color Drug Lord, Doll Parts, Androgyny, Mistletoe, and Ho Ho Ho. I would not wear any of these. There's like a white, a Barbie pink, a mauve, a green, and a bright red. I would wear some of the colors, but I already have like liquid lipsticks in colors that I like and formulas that I like. So I wouldn't pick this bundle up. And there's no way I would ever wear a white. The only time I would probably ever wear a white is Halloween, and that's once a year. The white actually looks like, you know, when people put zinc on their lips and their lips come off white, like lifeguards in Australia when they wear zinc on their lips and it goes white. Kind of looks like that. He's also launching 2 new mirrors in the star shape, whatever, and a new highlighter formula. So this is the new Extreme Frost highlighter powders. So this is a pure pigment highlighter. I think that these are going to be chunky. Let me just see if I can find. Oh, is this it? Yeah. I think these are what it looks like. So these, I think, from what I understand, are supposed to be even more metallic than the original formula. I think. I'm just trying to find a swatch of it, if I can. But from memory in the swatch, it did look a bit chunky. Oh, there we go. It's just right at the end of the video. It's a very bright silver, isn't it? Yeah. Like, it looks kind of chunky on his finger. So I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on all of that. Not interested. I don't need any more highlighters. We might go back to the Anastasia collection because I've just found the post that has the rest of the information. just so I can show you. So this is the Norvina bundle that I was talking about. It comes with the palette, it comes with a liner as well. So the liner, the glitter glue, the eyeshadow primer, and 4 of the glitters. And the other one, these are the magnetic palettes that I was talking about. And there's another vault which includes the Modern Renaissance Soft Glam and Norvina palette. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Ace Beauté has released 2 new palettes. So these are the Scarlet Dusk and the Vintage Dawn palette. These are launching tomorrow. I think Ace Beauté might be, it's either a US brand or a European brand. Not sure. These are what it looks like. So a very like pinky mauvey toned palette and this like almost grungy kind of rainbow palette down here. I don't think I'm going to get any of these, but if I was going to get one of them, I would probably opt for this one down here because I think that's probably the most unique out of both of them to my collection. I am not going to buy either of them though. Next is Time Los Angeles. They have released 4 liquid eyeshadow shimmers. What is it about these brands? They're like a bit behind the times with these eye glitters. I don't really like the packaging of this. I don't know why. There's just something about it that I just don't enjoy. I just feel like it looks a bit strange. The colors are definitely not unique in general, I think, but not to my collection either. I already have like all of these colors in the Steelers, and I think if you are obsessed with the Steelers, you would as well. So I don't think you need any of these. Colourpop again. Jesus Christ, Colourpop. So this is the No Kill LA collaboration for this year. Super cute packaging with the little paw print, but once again, it's a Super Shock shadow, and I don't like that formula. It's not that it's a bad formula. I just have lots of them and I don't use them, so I'm going to pass on this. Nakia Joy has released a new color in... No, this is a new sponge. Is it a new sponge or is it just a new color in the sponge? It must be a new sponge because I think her other ones are egg-shaped and she has one that is egg-shaped with a scallop, whereas this is egg-shaped with the bottom cut off and the side cut off, and it is in a really beautiful, like deep burgundy reddy color. I think I'm definitely going to pass on the sponge, but I would really like to try the powder, the translucent powder from Nakia Joy. I'm thinking next year when I use up a few more of my powders, I will buy and try hers and see what it's like, because I've heard good things about her powder formula, so I'm interested to try that. Maybe when I get that, I might get one of these sponges, because I think from memory she has a bundle that has the powder and one of the sponges, I think, in like a bundle. Nakia's products are amazing. Oh, really? Have you tried them, Carolyn? What have you tried from her brand? I'm interested to know, because like I said, I've heard that her powder is amazing. So once I think I have 3 more powders to use up, maybe 2. 3. I have 3 more powders to use up. So I want to use them up first before I buy a new one. And I think 2 of the 3 are loose powders, and loose powders take me forever to get through. Thank you, Carolyn. So Carolyn just confirmed that she has the powder and the sponge, and they do come in a bundle. So when I need to, I will probably get that bundle. Lethal Cosmetics has relaunched their Dream Sign collection, and I think this launched yesterday. I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before. I don't remember. So this has a eyeshadow palette in it. It also has a collection of highlighters and lip glosses. So the eyeshadow palette is really pretty, but it kind of came in a set palette. Traditionally, Lethal Cosmetics have like a design your own palette option on their website, and I think they're 12-pan eyeshadow palettes, and you can just put in whatever set that you want in the palette, whereas this is like an already predetermined eyeshadow palette. So I did actually buy something from Lethal Cosmetics. I was tempted by this palette because the swatches are beautiful, but I opted to design my own palette, and I also grabbed one of the highlighters. So I think I don't actually remember which one I picked up. I think I may have picked up, it was either Scatter or Isotope, which is the top one and the third one down. The reason why, I don't need any more highlighters. I need a new highlighter, like I need a hole in the head. But these look really smooth and nice on the skin, so I opted to try one. Also, so I could get free shipping, because it was basically like the same price to get free shipping. It was going to cost me like $20 with just the palette for shipping. It was going to cost like $20, I think, for shipping, as opposed to, I think it was like 16. Was it dollars? No, I think they're euros. Yeah, I think it was going to cost me like 20 to get the shipping, or I could have just spent whatever and got more products. So obviously I opted to get the product instead of paying for the shipping. Why does that 9-pan palette look like Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab? First thing that came to mind when I saw it. Yeah, I agree in a way. I don't think the Shane Dawson palette has the orange and the yellow. Like, yeah, I don't think it might be the green in it that's making you think of that, since they changed it. And it does have those nudie colors in there. So I don't know. It's a nice little palette. But like I said, I opted to go for designing my own instead, because they were having a bit of a discount on some of their single eyeshadows. So when I put it into the palette, it was a lot cheaper. I'm not talking about another Colourpop collection. I can't deal. iHeart Revolution have come out with the Toy Factory collection, and these are like bear-shaped eyeshadow palette compacts. These are actually really cute. I think if you have like a little cousin or a little niece or nephew, or even a little sister that is into makeup, this would be a really cute Christmas present. I think it's kind of adorable. They're not too bad with this. Actually, this one is actually quite pretty. For iHeart Revolution, the colors are not too bad. Am I going? Even that one. They actually look quite pretty for... I've kind of been caught with Makeup Revolution before, though. The swatches looked amazing, and they just didn't really work on my eye. I find that Makeup Revolution kind of really needs a sticky base, and you really need to like press it into that sticky base to get the color intensity, if that's what you're looking for. Other than that, it comes off quite like wishy-washy, the color. Linda Halberty has released a new palette, has revealed a new palette. So this is one of her new enchanted like secrets, but this is called the Enchanted Mystery. So it's like a combination between her Enchanted Secret formula and her, I think that's called Metallic Mysteries formula. So there's going to be 2 of each formula in the palette. I have I think the Enchanted Secrets palette from her, and I never use it. I just don't use it. The Enchanted Secrets is more like a topper formula, and I just always forget to grab for it. This is what it looks like. I'm a little bit disappointed, to say the least. It's quite a dark palette. Some of the colors look nice, but it is quite dark. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pass on this just because of that aspect. The fact it being quite dark, I don't think I'll get a lot of use out of it. I do love Linda already. I think she is an amazing artist. I love watching her videos, like her tutorials, and just watching how she does her thing. I just think the way she uses products to get the look that she wants is like up there. I really admire her as an artist, but I'm going to pass on this palette because I just don't think I will get any use out of it. I think it'll be a waste of money for me and it'll just sit with the other palette and not get used. I might just quickly jump over. We have well and truly passed an hour, but I just wanted to quickly jump over to Indie Makeup Spotlight just to talk about a few indie releases, obviously. Now, the main one I wanted to talk about was the Amy Hearts Beauty and Amy Loves Makeup Alma palette collaboration. I just wanted to show you, this is like me in a palette. It's purples, pinks, blues. Love it. I will let you know I've already picked this one up. This one released on Black Friday and I did give in to the urge and I picked this one up. I think it looks really beautiful. I really enjoy Amy Loves Makeup's channel, so I did want to support her. And the palette really grabbed my attention and the whole color story really vibed with me. So I picked this one up. What else? We got some new liquid lipstick colors from Menagerie Cosmetics. Some of these are really nice. I actually wanted to get, I think it was the Feral palette in their Black Friday sale, but Menagerie Cosmetics, their shipping is like $20 or something. It's really expensive, and I don't think, from memory when I looked at their website, I don't think they offer like a free shipping over a certain amount. And don't get me wrong, like I hate paying for shipping, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair for me to expect a indie brand to cover my shipping. So it's hard for me as well because shipping is always really expensive to Australia. But then when it's exchanged to Australian exchange rates, it's like I just have to say no. I can't do it. It just works out to be too much money. So I just am going to wait till either the exchange rate gets better or maybe a sale one day when there's nothing else that I want to buy. I don't know. I've heard amazing things about Menagerie Cosmetics, but I just can't justify it at the moment. Sourlicious palette from Bombshell Cosmetics, Cosmetica. This is quite a bright palette. I would imagine that top row there would almost be like pressed pigments. So it might be quite chalky and hard to work with. I'd be interested to see more about this palette because it is actually a pretty bright palette. But I wait. What? Why does it say smell it, don't lick it? I'm wondering if this is scented. I don't know whether this, I don't know, is this scented? Yeah, so the ones at the top row are pressed pigments. That's really weird. The packaging says smell it, don't lick it. So I'm wondering if it's scented, but it doesn't say anywhere that it's scented. Very strange. Anyway, back to indie makeup. Oh, this is something else I wanted to talk about. This is the new palette from, where is it? Rani Cosmetics has released a new palette. It's the Molten Tides palette. This is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. It's actually quite pretty. I haven't tried anything from Rani Cosmetics. I've heard good things. I don't think this is really the palette that's going to make me want to try the brand, but it is definitely still a pretty palette nonetheless. And I think that's about it. Let me just check on trend mood. Oh, actually, this is what I wanted to talk about. So the collaboration between Kesha and Hip Dot, I think, or is this a new brand? I could never figure this out, but we did see this sneak peek a couple of weeks ago. This is actually what the collection looks like. So there's going to be an eyeshadow palette, a dual-ended liner pen, and a lipstick and a lip gloss. So the palette looks really childish. I don't know what it is about this palette, but it looks really childish. I don't know. It looks like some 2-year-old put it together. Is it going to focus? I'm sorry, this webcam takes forever to focus. I am working on getting a better program to stream with you guys so I can actually share my screen on my computer instead of showing you on my phone, because my webcam takes forever to focus. I'm definitely not going to get this. The palette, like I said, it looks a bit dodgy, to say the least. So I'm going to pass on it. e.l.f. Cosmetics also are coming out with the liquid eyeshadows, like liquid glitter eyeshadows. Tis the season for liquid glitter eyeshadows, obviously. These actually look really pretty, and I'm going to say that if the steel glitters are outside of your budget, these would definitely be something that you could check out, because these would be quite budget friendly. They are $5 each, so you can almost get the whole collection for the same price as one steel glitter. And there's a decent shade range. I would imagine if these are popular, e.l.f. will expand the shade range. This blue is beautiful. So yeah, if you have always wanted to try something like the steel glitters, but it's always been outside of your budget, it's been way over your budget, check out the e.l.f. ones, because they do actually look quite pretty. Oh, this is another one. Haus Labs have announced and revealed their first eyeshadow palette. So this is a 10-pan eyeshadow palette. This is going to be online Amazon as per the normal stuff. She's also releasing a brown liquid eyeliner and more, by the looks of it. That's all she says. So it's pretty standard eyeshadow palette. The swatches look quite nice, but I'm not going to buy anything from it because I don't have any money at the moment. The color story doesn't really appeal to me, and it's Amazon exclusive. Enough said. The packaging does actually look quite nice, though. It kind of looks a little bit like the Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette, where his palette like kind of comes to a point. That's like what she's done here with that one. Oop. I think there was like one more thing that I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe not. This will probably be the last thing that we will get to talk about because I've run out of things to show you. This is the Peppermint Frost Skin Frost Pro palette. This is a 3-shade Skin Frost palette that smells like peppermint candy. I'm down for the peppermint candy bit, but this is going to be in the deluxe mystery box that he released, or is releasing, did release on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm not quite sure. He hasn't shown what's in it, but I would imagine they'd be quite frosty. The fact that it smells like mint, I'm kind of down with that because I love the smell of mint, but I don't know how that would go on my face or in a face product. There's also, why do they do this? A new velour lipstick holder for $30. I wonder if this is only designed for his liquid lipsticks. I know a lot of liquid lipsticks have the same or similar packaging. So yeah, I don't know. Things like this are, I don't know. There's already brands that do stuff like this, so like it already exists, but he's just branded it for his own brand. Jeffree Star is very good at like bringing everyday things that people need into his collection and like branding it with his own brand, like stamping it with his own brand. Yeah, like I'm not going to buy it. There probably will be people buy it. It's not a stupid idea, but I'm not about that. Anyway, that's probably going to be it unless there's anything else that you guys want to talk about. I'm starting to lose my voice and we have been here for like an hour and 20 minutes. So I think we're done for today. I have lots and lots of stuff that I need to do and prepare and organize for 31 days of makeup for December. So for those of you that weren't here right at the start, I am doing a video every single day in December. Please pray for me and help me keep my sanity. So there'll be a video every single day for you guys to watch with my face in it. So I hope you guys enjoy those videos and support those videos, comment, like, share them if you feel that way inclined. But I hope you enjoy them. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, which is a super exciting video. So make sure you check in tomorrow for that video. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I will see you live next Sunday. Until then, I will see you in my videos that I post Monday to Saturday. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today for this live stream. It has been great seeing all your faces here and having all you interact with me in the comments. I love it when you guys interact with me a lot in the comments on these live streams. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. For those of you that are in Australia, please stay cool and keep out of the hot sun. I'll see you guys later. Bye.